we have not vlogged in 2 months. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so, basically, this is my last real night of my winter break. Because I go back to school class on Monday, which, I mean, it'll be alright because it's my last semester and I'm taking all communications classes. And so, you know, it'll be a fun semester, but it'll be a lot of fun. I just said that. I'm a mess. I went out to Ziggy's tonight with my friend Rachel. The 2 Rachels. We were out. I enjoy Cosmos. They're very good. Yeah. But I'm actually totally sober now at this point. So I don't even remember where I left off on, but we'll start with this. It looked like October, so I'll go back to the Fantastics. We did that show and that ended, and that was a lot of fun. And John Wheeler's a nutcase. He humped everything and twerked all over everything, and he's crazy. I've never met anyone crazy like him ever in my life. And I had a cast party here, and Colin McCauley, you guys remember him, he was in Eurydice, and he stayed over because he got a little too woo-hoo, and Amber Johnson and Alexa. I guess I shouldn't probably say full names, but that's okay. Nobody's going to see this anyways. And they stayed over, and Colin was cuddly with everybody. And I'm like, dude, you need to go to sleep. I became stage mom for this whole entire show. Me? Stage mom? Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, it happened. So, it was a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I miss my Fantastics. I have not done anything over this entire break, which I should have vlogged a long time ago, and I don't know why I didn't, because I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to do it. I have literally done nothing for 4 weeks. 4 full weeks of nothingness. And I don't think I've ever done that ever before. So it's been weird. I miss the theater. We'll get back in, obviously, once I start back to class, but I'm missing it a lot. I miss going out with the Fantastics because we went out almost every Thursday night to Woofie's, and we had some fun karaoke nights. So then the semester ended pretty much. I mean, during that time, I was like literally nonstop going crazy trying to finish up with school, doing the show, you know, yada, 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 same old, same old. Then once the show ended, it was getting close to finals week. There were a couple more weeks left, and then started my break, and like I said, I've done nothing. However, the highlight of, so let me go back to the cast party and Colin. So basically, Colin went all sorts of nuts, and, you know, he was the last one to leave the next day, and, you know, we talked a little bit, and really have not heard a whole lot from him since. I'm like, you bastard. But that's okay. I get over it. Whatever. Oh, I'll go to my job. So yes, I am no longer an employee of said job at the Cold Case in Elyria. It's just a mess. It was just a mess. But actually, the last time I vlogged was probably about the last time I worked there. I told her that I wanted to or she said she would keep me on as a sub and would call me when needed. I have not heard from them, which, whatever. I got hired at H&R Block, and I've been doing some training, and I will do that probably starting this week. I got hired last week before that, or something like that. So I do have another job now, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, that was just, girls are bitches. That's about all I have to say about that. But that's all right. It's past. I'm on a new phase of my life. Okay, so moving on to this winter break. I have done a whole lot of movie watching and gone out to the bars a lot-ish. In between, I went over Mariah's and saw Mariah for a little bit, which was great, and saw George. But the big highlight of my winter break came last Saturday. I went to the movies by myself because my 2 cousins ditched me, and I went and saw Saving Mr. Banks, and I kind of did a sneak in and saw The Wolf of Wall Street. So that movie was incredibly long. It was like 3 hours. It started at 9:40. My mom's texting me like, Rachel, you need to get home. It's not safe for you to be by yourself. So I was like paying attention to her, not paying attention to anything in the movie theater before the movie started. And I was getting so antsy towards the end. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So pretty much as soon as the movie was over, I darted out. And as I'm walking out to the parking lot, there are these two guys walking in front of me. And one of them just happens to turn around to hold the door open for me. And lo and behold, it is Adam King. I know you all remember him. The nice white teeth guy. Yeah, it was fantastic. And we both just kind of looked at each other like, wait a second, I think, and he was like, oh my gosh, hi, and I was like, Adam, right? Because I didn't know if it was his twin brother, Zach. And he's like, yeah, and he gave me this hug, and we chit-chatted for a minute, and then we both respectively walked out to our cars and, went home. So a little while later, I was like, should I tweet him? Should I not tweet him? Because that's about the only communication we've had. And so it was like about 1 o'clock. He sent me a tweet, and he was like, oh, saw Rachel Suey tonight. She was one of the most outgoing people in my first broadcasting class, and she gives the best advice. Hashtag pearly whites, hashtag wealth and health. I kind of lost it because guess what? He listened to me and he actually whitened his teeth. Can you believe this? I was dying. Of course, when I saw him in the momentary state of like, whoa, I was completely caught off guard because I was focused on getting to my car and getting home because it was late. I was just irritated. So I wasn't paying attention to anything. And the fact that we just saw each other, it was like, what? So, and subconsciously, I'm like, oh my gosh, his teeth really are white. I mean, I didn't say that they, subconsciously that they looked disgusting. They actually were white. So he listened to me, and I was at a very proud moment there. All my hard work paid off. And by the way, he was with another guy. He was not with a girl. So I have no idea if he's dating anybody or not. So then I thought it would be kind of funny. I'm like, oh, well, I'll add him on Snapchat, which you guys will have to add me on Snapchat too. rsuhy, S-U-H-Y 10. That is rsuhy 10. Okay, good. And so I added him on Snapchat, and I sent him one. This was like sometime this past week or whatever, and I was like, bitch, and he never answered me back. So I'm like, well, all right. So then today, he actually sent me a couple Snapchats, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's incredible. I have Snapchatted Colin since the show ended, nothing. But I had a New Year's Eve party at my house, and him and Sarah came, and Sarah really has him by the balls. I like Sarah. She's a lot of fun. We had a nice chit-chat. 4 people came to my New Year's Eve party. I was a little disappointed in that. Colin, Sarah, Amber, which I'm like, that's kind of funny because the last time we were all together, everybody was really drunk. And my friend Nicole, who was a high school friend that I hadn't seen in a long time. And so basically we just sat around and watched TV, and I had 2 bottles of champagne that I pretty much drank almost by myself. So I had fun, if nothing else. Julene and Matt came over a little while after, like, right almost at midnight. They came over, so we toasted there, and then I continued drinking my 2 bottles of champagne. That was great. Yeah, so pretty much I have tomorrow off, and then I start back Monday, and it'll be another rat race again. I'm hoping to do some more shows, but is that all the big important events that happened over this course of since I last communicated with all you? Oh, I'd love to hear more about your show that you did, Hannah. I saw some of your stuff, but it looked like it was a lot of fun, and I know you're probably going through withdrawals too, just like we all do. It's the same thing. Yeah, I think that's about it. Show, school, my new job, as opposed to my old job. Adam. Yeah. Okay, well, I will upload this, and I just posted on Anna's wall, so you guys will have to watch it. Love you and miss you all. Happy New Year! Yay!